me clearly. America is not a racist country.
Yes, we got another story about our children's hair being complained about in school. Now, you see his hair, right? It looks very neat. I don't see how this can offend anybody. And I also don't see how a whole different culture of people are so bothered by our hair. That is just plain old weird. Y'all some weirdos. For real. I'm surprised the world is still conforming to your wicked ways. But let's get on with the story. A black student was suspended for his hairstyle. So this happened down in Texas. And the school is claiming this was not discrimination. So, a black high school student in Texas has served more than 2 weeks in school suspension for wearing twisted locks to school. So, the hell what? Our children are the only ones that have to go through this. When he arrived on Monday with the same hairstyle, he was suspended again, his mother said. His mother needs to sue the school district. Daryl George, a junior at Barbers High School, this is Barbers Hill High School, and this is down in Texas. He was initially suspended the same week his state outlawed racial discrimination based on hairstyle. They're talking about the Crown Act. School officials said his locks fell below his eyebrows and earlobes and violated the school district's dress code. How come the dress code only impacts black students? That's what I want to know. So, George, 17, has been suspended since August 31st at a Houston area school. He was in tears when he was suspended Monday, despite his family arguments that his hair does not violate the dress code. His mother, Daresha George, this is what she said. He has to sit on a stool for 8 hours in a cubicle, she said. That's very uncomfortable. Every day he'd come home, he'd say his back hurts because he had to sit on a stool. So they won't let him go to any of his classes over the hair style that you're looking at. Wow. So the incident recalls debate over hair discrimination in schools and in the workplace is already testing the state's newly enacted Crown Act, which took effect September 1st. And he shouldn't be in any trouble over his hair. So, Crown stands for Create a Respectful Open World for Natural Hair. So, it's intended to prohibit race based hair discrimination and bars employers and schools from penalizing people because of the texture of their hair or protective hairstyles, including afros, braids, locks, twists, and bantu knots. Texas is one of 24 states that have enacted a version of the Crown Act. A federal version of the Crown Act passed in the House of Representatives last year, but was not successful in the Senate. First of all, nobody's hair should be subjected to a damn bill being passed. That is offensive in itself. It just goes to show you how rotten this place really truly is. Our hair got to be subjected to some damn bill being passed. Well, some silly MFers for real. So, anyway, for Black people, hairstyles are more than just a fashion statement. Hair has always played an important role across the Black diaspora. And wow, this should not be going on at all. In any state, just to hang on to any remnant of discrimination, they will find it and use it. So, in George's family, all the men wear locks, and it's been going on for generations. So, the family he comes from, the men generally wears this type of hairstyle. To them, the hairstyle is cultural and religious importance, his mother said. Our hair is where our strength is. That's our roots. Daresha George, this is what she said. He has ancestors that locked into his hair, and he knows that. Historians say braids and other hairstyles serve as methods of communication across African societies, including the identity of tribal affiliation or marital status. After slavery was abolished, Black American hair became political. I don't know why. And that in itself is racist. So our hair is political, but nobody else's hair is. That's racist. So, anyway, all through the Civil Rights Act of 1964 banned discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. Black people continue to face professional and societal discrimination. And, this is all based on hair. And this hair got to be fitting to European standards. Well, we're not European, so I don't know why we have to adopt your standards. So, the issue of race based hair discrimination in the workplace has long existed, along concerns in public and private schools. In 2018, a white referee, this happened in my state, where, it was a wrestling match, and he told a black high school student to cut his locks or forfeit the match. Well, yes, that referee has since been fired, and they had to settle on that case. He should never have done it. He really put the school system in, a financial crisis behind that whole thing. Well, that's on him. That's their problem. Um, so the Crown Act was even discussed with the principal and vice principal. His mother even spoke to them about it. Barbers Hill Independent School District prohibits male students from having hair extending below the eyebrows, earlobes, and top of the t-shirt collar. Well, I in this picture, I sure don't see his hair looking that way. And this is according to their student handbook. And it just goes to show you, when these handbooks are written, we're not involved in it. You can tell by the way they enforce the policies. We're not involved in it when it's being written. So they have suspended this child twice over his hair. Wow. So his mother goes on to, say that she and her son refuse to conform to a standard set by someone who is uncomfortable or ignorant. My son is well groomed and his hair is not a distraction from education, Daresha George said. This has everything to do with the administration being prejudiced towards Black hairstyles, towards Black culture. The district defends the dress code, which says the policies are meant to teach grooming and hygiene and instill discipline, prevent disruption, avoid safety hazards, and teach respect for authority. Well, I failed to see how his hair is just so awful that he needed to be suspended. You know, it looks like it's well taken care of. I don't see how this would have been a distraction to anybody other than some racist that's sitting at the school. So, y'all, mm, it brings up other cases where Bernita Bradley said her first introduction to the Crown Act was 2021 when a biracial 7-year-old girl in Michigan had her hair cut off by, I believe her teacher did that without the parents' permission. And I remember that. I remember when that happened. The girl's father filed a $1 million lawsuit against the school district alleging racial discrimination and ethnic intimidation. And the lawsuit was settled this year. So this is Daryl George's first year at Barber Hills High School. Last year, he went to a different school, which was Baytown. His school was in Baytown, Texas, that he went to last year. He had no problems wearing the same exact hairstyle, his mother said. Deresha George said they recently moved, and that's why he's in this new school this year. So the family was told they need to schedule a meeting with the principal. After the suspension, his grades are suffering, which also means he is not able to play football or participate in any activities. This is according to his mother. He was on track to graduate early, and now he's fallen behind and will have to work double time just so he can still graduate. So, y'all, please tell me what you think. These stories come out every single year like clockwork. And it's always the same student getting in trouble. And that is your melanated child over their hairstyle. And it should not be like this anywhere. There is no way our hairstyles are that disturbing that you need to pass some damn laws. People are beyond ridiculous. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.